hey, you couldn't tell the difference there, could you? Oh, f it, I'll just cut this part of the video out. Hey everybody, just me again, Wayne. And what we've got here today is an Indio Cali classic. I reviewed one of these on the channel, oh gosh, it's been a little more than a year ago, I think. But this beauty, although she doesn't know it yet, is going to donate her body to science, or at least she's going to donate her body to my attempt to make a guitar that looks like Dave Murray's famous black Strat. But there'll be videos about that, so you can check those out. And the other reason that I'm going to review this guitar, even though I reviewed an Indio classic already, is because, you know, I'm always looking for new shit to put up here. So, you know, there's this. Okay, now, if you're watching this video and you know about guitars, go ahead and skip ahead to the next part. If you don't know about guitars, if you're thinking about investing in one, or getting one as a gift for somebody, you know, you could do a lot worse than this. This thing cost me under $100, $89 specifically, plus tax. So that's still under $100. Although you can see these listed for upwards of $140. Just sort of depends on the time of the year, it seems, and upon how much, you know, stock is sitting around the warehouses. But this is essentially a clone of a Fender Stratocaster. The Fender Stratocaster is one of the two most iconic types of electric guitars, the Gibson Les Paul being the other one. And this looks just almost exactly like a Fender Stratocaster. The only thing that doesn't really look like a Fender Strat is the headstock, because for some reason the shape of the headstock is a huge deal in guitar copyrights and patents and things like that, a much huger deal than the shape of a body. I don't know why, but you know, there it is. So, but the headstock still doesn't look too unlike that of a Fender Stratocaster. So what's this have in common with a Fender Strat? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is, the body style. This is called a double cutaway. There's space here and there's space here, and the idea is so you can get your hand down in there and get a hold of those frets. These are called frets that are on the neck. But you still really can't. Reaching that, especially the 19th through the 21st fret, is a battle that guitar players have waged low since the beginning of time, or at least for the past, you know, 6 or 7 or 8 decades. But so, you know, even though you can't, these frets are essentially unusable. The top 2 or 3, that's not a strike against it, because it's that way with all Fender Strats. What else? It's got 3 single coil pickups. That's the deal that lets the signal go from the string, through the guitar, through the cord, into the amplifier, and then out to your ears. It has 1 volume control. It's got a 5-way selector switch, so you can switch from using this pickup, this is called the bridge pickup, to using the bridge and the middle pickup, to using just the middle pickup, to using the middle pickup and this one, which is called the neck pickup, and finally just the neck pickup. It also has 2 tone knobs. This one controls the middle pickup, and this one here controls the neck pickup. There are no tone knobs for the bridge pickup. If you're using the bridge and the middle pickup at the same time, you can still control the tone, you know, more treble or less treble of the middle pickup, but the bridge pickup, if that's what you're using only, and most of the time, or at least much of the time that is what you're using only, yeah, it is what it is. So there's no tone control on the guitar for that. Now, this has a scale length of 25.5 inches. The scale length is the length from the nut, which is right here, to the bridge, which is right here. And that's a little bit longer than on a Gibson Les Paul or most other Gibson style guitars, which have a scale length of 24.75 inches. And let's see, some players enjoy the shorter scale length, some like the slightly longer one. It's just, you know, whatever flips your fish. And if you don't know how to play guitar, or if you're getting it for someone who doesn't know how to play guitar, they've never flipped this fish anyway, so it won't matter. It's got a rosewood fretboard. It's got 22 frets. That's what these little, you know, horizontal things are called here. And that's about it, really. Oh, it's got a vibrato bridge, which means you can put your whammy bar in there. That's that little iron rod. And, well, hell, I'll just show you. Okay, so this is usually known as the whammy bar. It's the vibrato bar. A lot of people call it a tremolo bar, and they call this a tremolo bridge. I think the technical term, though, to be completely specific and correct, is vibrato, but I could be wrong. So, and I usually call it a vibrato, or I usually call it a trem system too, so I'm usually mistaken. Anyway, you take this thing, and you screw it in there. There's different types of vibrato bridges. Some of them have bars that just kind of pop in, others screw in like this. And, you know, this is how you... That's how you do that, okay? So, that is an Indio Cali classic guitar, and also one thing to watch out for on very inexpensive guitars is the ends of the frets can sometimes be very sharp, sometimes sharp enough to actually cut you. These are not perfect by any means, but they're not bad. They're not bad at all. Only, okay, that one's kind of sharp right there. I mean, and I can feel a little protrusion on most of the other frets. And I guess it really starts right about there, and then you can feel it, especially down on this side of the neck, up clear to the end. But they're still not bad, you know. You can do this all day. It doesn't cut your hand. So yeah, there you go. I have a $1,000 Jackson guitar, which had fret ends so sharp that you could gut a fish with them. So I had to sand those down. And I should make a point of mentioning, by the way, that this does come with a gig bag, as all the Indio guitars that I've seen have come with, which is pretty nice. It's a fairly heavy-duty bag. It's not a hard-shell case by any means, but it's nicely padded. I bet it's just as durable as anything made of, you know, this kind of material is. And let's just check in here. Okay. Is there a strap in there anywhere? There's not. Okay, there's no strap. But we do have a guitar cable to connect your guitar to the amplifier. We've got the arm for the vibrato system here, and a series of Allen wrenches, one of which I assume will go into these holes, these are called saddles here, that will help adjust the string height, and an Allen wrench that will fit up in there to adjust the truss rod. That's how you straighten the neck and stuff. And let's see, there appears to be, I thought I saw 3 Allen wrenches in there, which would be odd because I don't know where else an Allen wrench would be needed on this machine. So, okay, I guess I didn't see 3 Allen wrenches, which is good because that's how it should be, because there's no other place that you need one. Wait, or is there? No, there's not. All right, great. Anyway, is this worth $89? Oh, you bet it is. When I started playing guitar, back in the Stone Age, when we still had to compete with our Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal brethren for food, you would have had to pay $200, $300, maybe $400 or more for a guitar that looked this good and sounded this good. So yeah, for $90, even maybe $150, that's going to depend upon your financial situation. This is a good deal. But how does it sound, you're asking? Let's find out. And I'm going to play this, you know, with distortion, because that's how I play almost everything. And if you're buying this for somebody who's learning how to play guitar, you will be tempted perhaps to say, no, just start with that clean sound, no distortion. And they might think for some reason that you need to start that way, but no, you don't. Start by making the sounds that you're going to enjoy the most. Now these are single coil pickups, and they produce a little bit more extra hum than what's called a humbucking or a humbucker pickup, which is essentially 2 single coils kind of lashed together, as it were. And generally speaking, the pickup that's down by the bridge is going to have a more tinny sound. It's going to be more, you know, high-end intensive. And the farther up you get, the more the pickup kind of starts to sound like this. And the classic Fender Stratocaster sound it comes from just using that neck pickup. others, though, focus largely on the bridge pickup. I trust you can hear the difference, the tonal difference between those pickups. All three pickups on this work, and the tone knobs work. Although do, as I said a little bit ago, okay, be aware that there's no tone knob specifically for the bridge pickup. I've been playing guitar since God was in diapers, and I did not know that on a traditional Stratocaster type guitar, none of the tone knobs affect the bridge pickup. Had no idea until after I started this channel, just not even 2 years ago. So, of course, I'd never owned a traditional Fender Stratocaster type guitar, so that's why I didn't know, but now I do. And now so do you. So, that's an Indio Cali Classic. Looks and plays pretty much just like a Fender Stratocaster. Yeah, it plays pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Can't complain. For, under $100, really can't go wrong. Seems to me. And it looks good. It's got a nice, shiny black body here, which is the primary reason that I got this, because I'm going to use this body in a project to make a replica of Dave Murray's famous black Strat, Dave Murray of Iron Maiden. But you knew that already. So, and of course it won't be an exact replica, but we'll deal with that in that video, okay? Let's check the intonation, actually, while we've got this out here. If you don't know about guitars, the intonation is essentially how accurate the notes are on the guitar as you move up the neck from here, up to there. Because they should be the same notes, but if your intonation is, they should be the same notes below the 12th fret as they are above the 12th fret. Just above the 12th fret, they're an octave higher. If your intonation is off, they will not be the same notes. You can play something, on your 5th fret here, and then move up to your, 17th fret, and it will not be the same note if your intonation is off. But the way to check it is you play what's called a false harmonic. That's when you just lightly touch the string at that 12th fret. And it chimes like that. If the intonation is correct, then when you press that string down onto the fret, it should be the same note. So let's see. All right, plays right. Looks right, intonation is good, so yeah, there we go. I'd say that it's in good shape. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the video. As always, you're awesome, and I'll talk to you soon. Did I say that right? I don't know what the f*** I said. I f***ed that up pretty well, didn't I? I don't play as much as I should. Arm's getting tired.